Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's the beautiful one, taking my braids out. Got a lot on my mind. I was talking to a friend this evening, and sometimes we as women, we gotta do better. Relationships are two-sided, they go both ways. It's give and it's take. And sometimes women, you can have an unrealistic expectation in your mind. There are good men, there are great men, but no one is perfect. Not even you yourself is a perfect being. Love and long lasting relationships take a lot of forgiveness, a lot of understanding. Especially as you get older, somebody's been living for 20 plus years, 30, 40 years, and then somebody else has been living 30, 40 years. So you bring in 60, 80 years of experience into a relationship. And, you never hear Indian women complaining about their men. You never hear, you know, Chinese women complaining about their men, or Asian. You don't hear them, tearing each other down. And when you really love somebody, there's a scripture that says love covers. If you really love someone, you cover them in love. Not to say you tolerate, disrespect, cheating, beating. I'm not going there with that. But I'm just saying, sometimes our men just need understanding. They need a cheerleader. And when I say submissive, don't take me wrong way, but there's power in submission to a good man. Because you got him and he got you. The submission is kind of going both ways. Sometimes you can be silent and get your point across. Sometimes you can not necessarily change your tone. I was listening to a program today. He said you don't necessarily have to change your tone, but just in changing, your action. Like even with your child, they get out of hand and you just give them that look like they know you're displeased. You don't gotta go crazy, act childish. But I'm just here because I feel like sometimes we can be a little more understanding. So before you go pointing the finger at somebody, always realize you got three pointing right back at you. And one of the things I think a lot of men and women complain about is when you're dating someone and you keep having the same experience, that's because you keep choosing the same type of person. If all you date is D-boys and you have the same experience, it might be trying to do something different. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, but don't be afraid to love. Don't be afraid to fight for love. Don't be afraid to stand for love. Don't be afraid to, say, you're not perfect, but I love you perfectly. And, there's so many quotes and memes. If you do me wrong, I'm leaving. You see the door, I ain't got no feelings, all of that. But, we all want love. And sometimes you just got to work hard and go the extra mile for what you really want. Because you'll never know what you can have or what you can build if, you pull out the roots every time you plant a seed. So thanks for listening. Bye for now. And as always, be you twofold.